Hello my beautiful Bitterroots and welcome to my channel, and today I have my last set of L'Oreal polishes. I have some of the red, orange, nude, and this aqua color. So let's just get started on the L'Oreal. L'Oreal is one of my favorite formulas for drugstore. Okay, I'm going to start with this one, and excuse my poor finger here. I decided to shut it in the door yesterday. Yeah, took a bunch of skin off, which is exactly what happened to this when I was a kid. I shut it in the door and this got all cut up and now the nail grows funky. But yeah, yesterday I decided to shut my finger in the door and I'm trying to have it air out because it's been in a Band-Aid. So ignore that nastiness. You will be seeing it in the video, unfortunately, and I'm sorry. So this first polish is this warm red shade. It's like a brick red shade. This is in the color Eva's Red. And this is a really beautiful red that I love to wear in the fall. So this dries actually quite fast, so I will come back in a couple minutes and we will do a second coat. So here we are after 2 coats of Eva's Red. It's a beautiful red shade, fall red shade in my book. I would only wear this in the fall. But yeah, I really like this and it's very pretty. Sorry for the messy application. I don't know what it is about reds. I always make the biggest mess with reds. So here's Eva's Red. Okay guys, so some time has passed. My finger is pretty much healed. It's pretty much healed, except it's still quite sore. But anyway, I ran out of cotton swabs to remove my fingernail polish. I bought a new bag and I misplaced it somewhere. I could not find it, so I had to wait a while before I finally got around to buying some. I just went and bought some at the Dollar Tree. They're not like the best in the world, but they'll get rid of the polish. So, yeah, so some time has passed. My cracked nail is growing out. My finger's better, that kind of deal. So this next color I'm going to be showing you guys is like this nudie brown pink. I don't know how to describe it, but it's in the color Spice Things Up. This is a runnier polish, so thin coats is the best with this polish. Otherwise it'll run right off your fingernails. So there is the first coat of Spice Things Up. Okay, so my battery's dying, but my nails are literally dry. It's maybe been like a minute, 1 minute if that. So it dries super fast if you do thin coats. So let's do the second coat. It should be good in 2. But my battery is gonna die on the camera, so I would like to get this painted before it dies. This is Spice Things Up by L'Oreal. Really love this color for the fall. It is just so pretty. Okay, so this next color is this salmony pink color in the color Tangerine Crush. And I really love this polish. I wore this a lot last summer. So here we are with the first coat. I will let this dry. It'll literally take like 1 minute to dry, and I'll come back and do the second coat. So here we are after 2 coats of Tangerine Crush by L'Oreal. In the camera, this actually shows quite orange. In person, it's almost has a fluorescent-esque to it, and it's more pink. And it is so pretty, and it's a perfect summer polish for me. Okay, so this next one is this really pretty bronzy shade. This is in the color Frida's Nude. It's like a metallic brown, I want to say. Not necessarily bronze because it's more of a creamy brown, but it's definitely a brown shade, and I really love this. This one is thicker than the other ones, so I still say thin coats for this, but you could probably get away with doing thick coats. I want to say it's about 90% opaque in the first coat. So here we are after 2 coats of this L'Oreal Frida's Privé polish in the color Frida's Nude. This is such a pretty color, and I really love this. I don't think I have anything close to this in my collection. I'll have to look, but if I do, then I need to start. If I find dupes in my collection, I need to start putting them aside for projects to try to use up or declutter out of my stash. But okay, so this next L'Oreal polish is this like sandy nude shade in the color Walk on the Beach. Sandy nude shade. Yeah, this is in the color Walk on the Beach. This one I don't necessarily wear on its own. I will always do some sort of nail art or something like that with it. I'll put this down as a base and then paint something on the top, but just because it's almost too nude for me. Here we are with the first coat of Walk on the Beach. This one reminds me of another polish that I have. I want to say it's my Butter London in Precious Nude, except the Precious Nude has gold micro shimmer in it, and this one does not. Okay, so I got to looking, and so here are my 2 swatches, and so I was thinking this is Butter London in Precious Nude, and the Butter London one is just a tad bit darker, but then it has that gold micro sheen to it. So it's very similar but different at the same time. And then the next one is this Dermalect in Opulence, which is very, very, very similar. It's like if you mixed these 2 together, you would get this polish. Can you see that? With that said, now that I know that I have a couple that are really close, I think I'm going to take this Dermalect one and put it aside to use up in my project polishes. Now, this one will need a 3rd coat. I don't know if you can see. There is a bit of streakiness, like it didn't fully cover. So I will go ahead and do the 3rd coat on this. So here we are, 3 coats in with this L'Oreal polish in the color Walk on the Beach. Okay, so this one concludes the rest of my L'Oreal polishes. I really love this polish. This is like a dusty seafoam, a dusty seafoam blue, green, blue. It is very like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a gray, teal-ish color. I really love it. This is called Now You See Me. And this one you have to do thin coats again. I really love this polish. I wear this one in the winter and in the spring in particular. I don't know if you can see my line, but yeah, I love this polish. So here we are in the first coat of Now You See Me. Do thin coats with this because it's just a runnier polish, so but they dry within like 2 minutes tops. So I'll let this dry and we'll come back and do a second coat. So there we are after 2 coats. We'll need to go in and do a third and final coat to cover this fully, but I really do love this polish. It is so pretty. It looks way more brighter in the camera, but it's more gray and just understated, I'd have to say. It is really pretty, but it just looks super bright in this camera. And thank you guys for joining me in this week's Swatch My Stash. I will have another episode for you guys soon.